Hi and welcome to another episode of the Skin and Soul podcast. I'm your host, Emily Fouts, and in today's episode, I am going to be talking about funny client stories. Honestly, I don't have a lot of them, but maybe as I'm reliving these memories, I might have a few. So we'll see. I had a few requests for this episode. So yeah. I feel like I haven't recorded in so long because I pre-recorded a lot of my episodes. And today's Saturday. I upload them on Monday. And I don't have any. So I was like, okay, I have to record something. So I went on my Instagram and asked people what they would like to hear. And so, I got a couple votes on this. So, excuse me because I'm eating chips right now. So this is what we're going to do before my first client today. Okay, I've been doing this for 7 years now, as many of you know. And I did kind of find it interesting that I actually don't have that many funny, bizarre stories. But I think it might be because of the way that I operate and the boundaries that I set. So, but I did tell you guys one when on my franchise, that time I worked at a franchise spa episode. And if you didn't listen to that episode, I'll kind of briefly go over that experience. That was probably the most bizarre, or one of the most bizarre. So I did not have contact with my clients. You know, being at a franchise spa, we had concierge, we had the front desk. And so this woman was 15 minutes late to her appointment. If you're late at all, you need a phone call. Well, 15 minutes is the cutoff time. Anyway, she came in. The front desk, for some reason, wasn't clear with her, didn't tell her, hey, you're 15 minutes late, it's going to cut into your appointment time, or we need to reschedule. They didn't tell her this. So she came back in the room or whatever, and she got under the blankets, all that, and then I'm about to start her facial. I'm like, hey, so just so you know, I just want to reiterate this with you, that we are going to be cutting your service time, so I can leave you the choice if you want to remove the massage portion or the extraction portion. And she was caught off guard by this, apparently, because she thought that she could just show up late to an appointment and it not matter. And then also, I guess the front desk wasn't clear with her. And I thought this had already been declared. This has already been told to her. So I'm just trying to clarify which one we want to cut out. And she's like, what? Got up, out of bed. She was completely, when you get a facial, I tell people to dress down to their comfort level. She didn't have her bra on or anything because I, get down on the neck and the chest. So, anyways, and for some reason, she didn't have her underwear on either. And so she got up, butt-ass naked in front of me and was just, ranting and raving and stormed out of the room. She put her robe on and stormed out of the room. So that was kind of weird having a client just get up naked in front of me. But, let's see. Besides that, excuse me, I'm so hungry. I didn't eat a good breakfast, so I'm sitting here eating some Ruffles. But I did have one client that, and I think when people just get nervous, they don't listen to instruction very well. I am very clear. I give very detailed instructions, like lay face up, head this way, feet this way, because I have had people lay face down for a facial. Literally. I've had a woman lay face down for a facial. I've also had a woman lay face down for a Brazilian. So, oh my God, I have a perfect story. This is not a client, but I was at work. This was when I was at C-Spa Stillicum in Stillicum, Washington. That was my previous job before I moved here to Colorado. Absolutely loved it there. So, I was assistant manager, front desk manager, whatever, and I was the esthetician there because we were a pretty small business. So I was good at it, and I helped out in that part. So I was doing front desk duties, and one of our clients came in. It was a full service salon and spa. So one of our hair clients came in, and this girl came in behind her. We were only expecting one person, and our client was like, hi, I'm here for my appointment, and I'm sorry, this woman is following me. So yeah. And then she went back with her hairstylist, and we're like, what? Like, we thought she was joking. And the woman just is standing there, and I'm like, excuse me, are you, what are you doing? If you're not here for an appointment, like, you need to leave. So she was on her phone. Anyways, what it was is this woman was like irate because something happened in traffic on the way there, and for some reason she was had road rage and followed this woman into the salon. I don't know what she was planning on doing, but her friend was with her. Her friend was out in the car, and she was on the phone with her friend. And she was totally disregarding me, and she was like being very loud on her phone. And I was like, ma'am, you need to leave. You are not welcome here. You're stalking our clients. I am going to call the police if you do not leave right now. And she disregarded what I said, so I'm like, okay, you want to play that game? And I also grabbed some scissors because Emily ain't about to play if she want to act crazy. I ain't afraid to stab a hoe. So just saying, I'm from Louisiana. I ain't afraid. Some crazy stuff happens over there, so I was prepared. I had some scissors in my hand, but I called the police, and they're like, oh, what ethnicity is she? And I was like, she's right here in front of me. I'm like, I think she's Mexican. I don't know. So that was kind of awkward, and I was like having to describe to them what she was wearing. And so finally her friend came in and was like, let's go. It's not worth it. And so they leave, but on their way out, the cops stopped them, and I don't know what happened to her. But anyways, that was interesting. One of my first Brazilian clients ever. This was when I was a little baby esthetician. This was my first job ever. I had done Brazilian training before, but this is my first time actually accepting a client. And it was her first Brazilian ever. And she, when people are getting a service done where someone's touching you, or, even like when you get your hair done, you might say things, tell them things that are personal, because it feels appropriate. But this woman was nervous, and she was telling me like that she got her nipples pierced, and how, oh no, it wasn't her nipples. It was like her, is it the clitoris that people get pierced? I don't know, but anyway, she had that piercing down there. And she was telling me that when she got it done, she had like an orgasm, and then she would have orgasms all the time when she just like rides in the vehicle or whatever, and that she hopes that she doesn't get one during the waxing service. And I'm like, dude, this is very uncomfortable, especially not just like talking about that, but with it being my first wax too. And I haven't had anyone that's had a piercing down there since then, but I mean, it wouldn't bother me, but that was kind of awkward. Like I said, I have one more. And this was just like awkward and embarrassing for me after the fact. So it was this really elderly lady. She was coming in, she was getting like her eyebrows waxed or something like that, or an eyebrow tint. And so she came in. She was this very, very, very small lady. Her name was Mignon, which actually means like cute, like small in French. She was very, very small. And I am a petite person myself, but she was much, much smaller than me. And she had trouble getting around. She had a cane, and we couldn't get the cane into, like, the room was very small, so she couldn't get the cane around the bed. And she came in with her daughter, but her daughter didn't come back for some reason. And really, like, looking back, now if I was in that situation, I would have her come in and assist her. But, I had a step stool for her to get onto the bed, but still, even she couldn't quite, it wasn't tall enough for her to get onto the bed, because she couldn't, like, lift her leg up and get it, and it was kind of too high for her anyways. But so I thought, I'll try and pick her up. I tried to pick this old woman up and put her on the bed, and it actually did work. But don't pick up your clients don't pick them up. Because if you drop them, it could be a liability. But also, like, I don't know, it's got to be demeaning. But, you know, she needed help. So I just thought that I should pick her up and put her on the bed. So I wouldn't do that now. But, yeah, it's kind of funny and embarrassing. Dude, like, really? I think that's it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm so sorry for crunching on these chips, honestly. But, like I said, I'm hungry. And I have to multitask right now. But I would love to hear some of you guys. If you have any, like, funny client stories, let me know. I'm going to post this on my Instagram, Skin and Soul Podcast. So, yeah, I always think it's funny to hear what other people go through. But like I said, because I have boundaries set and I like the way I operate, I really don't get much, like, weird stuff happen. So anyways, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Sorry this video was probably a little lackluster. I'm sure other people have much more entertaining stories, but yeah, I will see you guys next Monday, 8 a.m. for another episode.